Okay. So next halacha number 10. If Kohen is in the middle of reciting Kriyas Shema, or in the middle of the blessing of the Shema, and certainly if he is in the middle of praying Shmona Esrei, even if there is no other Kohen present, they should not call him to the Torah. And they are not required to wait for him to finish his prayers, as that would burden the congregation. Okay, I think it's a very interesting point. So we say what? That first of all, this Gabbai person has to pay very, very close attention what people are doing. So if somebody is still, he sees that somebody is, instead of holding the Chumash, right, during the Torah reading or before the Torah reading, he actually sits and holding Siddur, so you cannot call him, he's still praying, or he's standing. When somebody is standing Shmona Esrei, it's obvious. I mean, I've been called during my Shmona Esrei several times. I don't know what this Gabbai like smoking, I have no idea, right? Doesn't matter, but it's not proper to call, right? But if they call him, he must go. But let's see. Rather, they should call upon the Leib or Israel. Okay, let's say there is no Kohen. Kohen is praying, or somebody informed Gabbai the Kohen is praying, so just continue without Kohen. However, they should not say there is no Kohen present. But I would say that there is a problem with Mr. Kohen also. So if Mr. Kohen knows that they're going to start the Torah reading very soon, just walk out of the room, right, and pray behind the door, right? Why should you put everybody like in this situation? Rather, they should say a Levi or Israel is taking place of a Kohen. So meaning like leave the Kohen alone, let him pray. And after the fact, though, if they did call upon him while he was praying, if he's in the middle of reciting Shema or in the middle of the blessing, he should assent. So, okay, so very, very important point. As we said before, he's in the middle of Shema, blessing on the Shema, you're not allowed to interrupt. Guess what? You're allowed to interrupt. You must interrupt in this case and go and why? Because if somebody refuses to go when he's being called to the Torah, so our sages say he's shortening his life. That's how bad it is. So disregard to the Torah, they're shortening his life. And this is big difference between Ashkenazi custom and Sephardic custom, right? What is the difference? So in Ashkenazi shul, they call a guy by the name, right? Moshe ben Refuel, let's say, right? So Moshe ben Refuel must go, right? It's only one Moshe ben Refuel, but in Sephardic custom, they say only the name, the Aliyah, Shlishi. So of course the guy knows who is Shlishi. Well, let's say this Gabbai is looking at him. You understand? So if the guy just ignores it, or he's praying in Siddur, so Gabbai see there is no Shlishi, this guy is busy, so he's going to call somebody else. So basically when there is no name, so congregation do not know who was called. But if this guy, Moshe ben Refuel, he just refuses because he thinks that he's in the middle of Shemona Esrei, he's not allowed to interrupt, that's the problem. You understand? So that's a difference, but I think it's actually better in this case in case of Sephardic shul not to call him by name. In case of he's in the middle.
Rabbi, but what's it called? Over here it just says Shema, but Shemona Esrei I thought was much more stringent. You can't move at all.
Yeah, so let's kind of, we didn't get to Shemona Esrei, so let's continue. The Mishnah Brura, so I can which states that if they call upon Israel, who was in the middle of Kriya Shema or the blessing, he too should ascend. Okay, so that doesn't matter. It's not only Kohen; it's everybody should ascend. He should recite the blessings, right? He must, however, avoid interrupting first verse, the Shema, and the blessing of Baruch Shem, as that it follows. See Mishnah Berurah. So basically, if he must say Shema, so he's in the beginning of the Shema, so he should say Shema Israel, and then Baruch Shem Kivat Mol Solo Levaet, and then he can basically he's allowed to interrupt, to say Borku, to say blessing on the Torah. You understand? But within these two verses, he's not allowed to interrupt. Okay. Okay, so one more time. He should recite the blessings, right? But he should not read along with the reader. Rather, he should just listen. So why is this statement? We actually said last time. So it's proper if you can read along from the Torah, you follow the Chazan, not Chazan, this Balkore, and you read. But if we say try to do it as quietly, not to confuse that guy. So if you can, if you cannot, so just listen to what he's saying. But in this case, when somebody is in the middle of the Aliyah, of the Shmona Esrei, so if the Shema or blessing of the Shema, so they say, needless to say, just keep quiet, don't do like extra interruption, and listen what the Balkare is saying. Continue. However, if it is possible for him, then he should complete the topic of the Shema or its blessing that he is in the middle of, to the point that the topic is concluded before he ascends. So basically, while he's walking to the bima, right, and so he has a few seconds, I guess, while they bless the guy that was before him. So that the procedure usually is, at least in most of the show, maybe some shows is different, but if I remember correctly, so first they're going to call, so they finish with reading of the Torah, right? So this guy said the blessing after the reading. The Rabbi calls new person, right? So new person starts coming, and he started giving the blessing of to the Lech who was just finished reading from the Torah. So this guy who was just called, he has, I don't know, like 1 minute. So in 1 minute you can finish the whole paragraph. So the way I understand. So just the way I see it, just take with you a siddur and continue praying while you're walking. That's it. So you can finish. Continue. If he can minimize the interruption to his prayer, by completing the section of at least a topic without delay to the congregation, he should do so. Meaning while he was walking, he's not going to walk any faster, just finish, if it's possible to finish paragraph. It's not, finish at least an idea. Do not stop in the middle of the sentence. So that's why I said, take with you siddur. There are always like delays, little delays. They want to ask this, they want to ask that, the Rabbi is busy, what else? So you have another 30 seconds to finish whatever you need to finish. Continue. However, if he's in the middle of the Shmona Esrei, even they call him, he should not ascend. Clearly, should not ascend. Let's see. Similarly, if he is at a point between the blessing of redemption, Gal Israel, and the beginning of Shmona Esrei prayer, he should not ascend. However, during the prayer Elokai Netzor, so Elokai Netzor, as we said, it's at the end, right? My God guard, etc. He should ascend. So let's see the commentary. This is the final paragraph of the Shmona Esrei, and is not actual part of the Midah. One must therefore interrupt and ascend to the Torah. Okay. However, the Aliyah should recite the pasuk, right? Yihiratzon, before ascending, meaning the first line after the conclusion of the Shmona, of the last blessing of the Shmona Esrei. So okay, so when Kitzur is very clear. So when you're in the middle of Shmona Esrei, you do not go up to the Torah. Very interesting. Okay. Continue. If he is saying Psuki de Zimra, if no other Kohen is present, they may call upon him even in the first instance. Okay. But he should not read along with the reader. So during the Psuki de Zimra, so I mean the Psuki de Zimra, as we know, it's less lenient, more lenient than Shema. So they can call him, right? If he's saying the Psuki de Zimra, if there is no other Kohen present, they may call upon him, even in the first instance, 42. Here too, he should attempt to complete section of prayer if he can do so without delaying the congregation. So basically here also, I mean, try to finish the paragraph. If you cannot, just do until the end of the thought, or until the period, at least, until the end of the sentence. It was 42. But he should not read with a reader. Again, so I mean, since it is interruption, in some ways, so do not read with a reader. However, if another Kohen is present, one should preferably not call upon him. So if we see that the first Kohen came, second Kohen came late, so let him daven, don't call. If you have another Kohen. Commentary. However, if they did call upon him, he should ascend. That's clear. This law applies to Levi as well. Commentary. There is if only Levi in a synagogue reciting Psuki de Zimra, they should call upon him. If two Levis, of course, you call upon another Levi. Go ahead. Question.
Yeah, all these laws we're talking about right now, they only apply to a Kohen or maybe a Levi?
No, all of the people.
Okay, got it.
Okay. Okay, I'm not sure why. Okay, let's see. I think it's upon all of the people, but we'll see. Maybe there are some differences.